of Crush, 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 we begin our conquest towards Locked In. Tonight on Primetime we have 6 big matches, including the first of the best of 5 series between AOB and Javon Evans and Trick Williams, and a 6-pack challenge where the winner will be entered into the television championship chamber. A lot to tune into tonight, so let's get into our opening bout. As we enter the Primetime arena for the first time tonight, the undisputed Women's World Champ is setting the stage for tonight's opening bout.
It's scheduled for one fall. Making her way to the ring, representing Fatal Influence from Chelsea, Michigan, the undisputed Women's World Champion, Fallon Henley.
Henley picking up a massive W at Crush, 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 beating Charlotte Flair to retain that title in a very interesting TLC match. Tonight, she's looking to maintain that momentum in singles action. Not for the title, thankfully, but the opponents go from a queen now to an empress of tomorrow. As we welcome Asuka.
And her opponent, representing Damage Control from Osaka, Japan, Asuka!
Asuka has been building up towards this match in arguably a title eliminator bout. She is here to make a statement and potentially put a claim in for Locked In as a challenger to Henley's title. Can she overcome the odds of the champion who's been on a dominant run of form as of late? Her last loss was in mixed tag action alongside AGA Styles at Dual Dream. Since then, 2 full months of dominance in IPW for the undisputed Women's World Champ. And I'm intrigued to see how her singles record stacks up as she's here. The crowd behind Asuka here as we get our opening bout underway. Both women tying up center of the ring. You love to see it as we kick off this bout. Asuka takes waist control. Rolls through, goes for a quick pin. Ref into position. Doesn't get a 1 count just yet. Fallon rolls through. Neither woman taking an early victory here. But as they tie up once again, someone is being overpowered, and it's Henley. Asuka taking advantage early and delivers a cheap shot. Henley forced into this corner, dropped. She manages to fight her way back to her feet. Asuka dodges the chop block, but she goes up top. Nice springboard around the world of that top turnbuckle to deliver that drop kick. Very agile is Asuka. She's going to work here on Henley. The champion ties up once again, looking for a better outcome this time. Unfortunately, Asuka maintains wrist control, powering Henley down, doubling down, forcing Henley down to her knees. Our referee Kim drawing the action, watching on as Henley reverses the hold. Asuka trapped now in the armbar. The wrist lock manages to change it in her favor, now applying pressure to the shoulder and the forearm. And more pressure being applied here. Henley's arm in tatters, as this hold's been on for quite a while. Asuka takes the STO. And now calling Henley to her feet. The champ in trouble. Asuka delivering a slap. I thought maybe we could see a finisher from Asuka against the champ in the early goings, but not enough's done. Instead goes flying to the outside. Henley, nip up, kicks, and fighting her way back into this match though. The early goings certainly has been all Asuka, but we've seen it before. The odds, the deck, have all been stacked against Fallon in IPW. She overcame them to become champ. Oh my word! That powerbomb though! What a great way to kick off IPW Primetime. As Henley re-enters the ring. Asuka dodges a shot, but Henley picks her up. Asuka sneaks out the back. Now, the Empress of Tomorrow losing control of the grasp, and Henley powering Asuka up and just slingshotting her across that top rope. Now the champ can go to work. We've seen a surprise offense, name of the game for the champion. That hoedown, deadly. The famouser, even more impactful. Asuka yet again landing that springboard dropkick around the world of the corner. And now, I thought maybe she was setting up for a Shining Wizard. The kick got caught. The champion staying alive. But for how much longer as Asuka heads up to the second rope once more? She calls the champion up to her feet. Diving crossbody, but caught. Henley powers her down to the mat. The champ looks for the win here. One. Asuka very, I would say, fresh comparative to the champ. As Henley's just been battered and bruised by Asuka, who's got the Asuka lock potentially locked in. It is the champion in trouble. Will she tap out here? No. Staying alive. Asuka so close to victory, but the champion is so strong. The willpower she possesses. We've seen it before. She survived so many finishes from the opponent. We saw her survive a natural selection. We've seen her overpowering Rhea Ripley with a Riptide. And now, against the Empress of Tomorrow, she's looking to claim another victim in the women's division. Henley strikes, getting caught. Asuka unloading, lands that Inzaguri. The first shot missed, and the champion now in danger. Asuka has her sights set, and the Asuka lock once again locked in deep, but the rope break saves a Fallon. Asuka not able to win just yet, but willpower of the, well, not the challenger, of Asuka on full display, but she's caught, and a hoedown connecting flush on the jaw. The champion looking to put an end to Asuka's run in this match. 1, 2. It's not enough. Asuka surviving, ducks the slap and locks in the armbar. It's a double armbar. Henley in trouble. Could potentially tap. Indeed she does. The champion loses. And Asuka, oh my word, it's Mandy Rose. The champion looks in shock, suffering a defeat. I thought we had a repeat of Crush Crush Crush, where the resolution holder would cash in. Instead, Mandy Rose makes her presence known that any slip up and Henley's title could be in trouble. After that epic opener, we move into the tag team division. And it's time to bring the smoke for this one. The Street Profits here to make an impact in the tag division after that epic title win for the Usos. The division opens up.
The following contest is a tag team match set for one fall. On the way to the ring, at a combined weight of 492 pounds, Montez Ford and Angelo Dawkins, the Street Profits.
The division opens up massively as to who is the next challenger. For now, Jimmy and Jey Uso. Gallus obviously have rematch clauses if they choose to enact them. So, realistically speaking though, we need to know who will be after them for the title shot. Right now, the Street Profits looking to move forward in the division, potentially become challengers. Here tonight, they're bringing in all the swag, all the moves, the vibes in the house. Certainly a pleasant atmosphere to be in. But do their opponents agree with that mantra? Certainly a different feel when you hear this song kick in, as it's time to go to war.
And their opponents, at a combined weight of 552 pounds, Ivar and Eric, the War Raiders.
The War Raiders. You see that very angry face of Eric. Ivar confident as well. The War Raiders ready for action here tonight. This will be certainly, I would say, a showcase of the ages, as we have two top teams in the division competing against each other here tonight. Former tag champions are the War Raiders versus, I believe, the current tag champs on SmackDown. As we get things going here, our second bout of the evening, Ref Gregathy draws the action, and Ivar kicks it off for the War Raiders. Angelo Dawkins for the Street Profits. But I have a feeling Eric's coming in quite quickly. Irish Whip followed up with a drop kick in the corner, and then the Bronco Buster from Ivar. Already a lot of damage being done. This is the style the War Raiders bring. They might not look like the most agile of combatants. Ivar certainly can fly, he can do it all. Eric, the more brutal, the bigger strikes, the more I'd not say flashy, but damage heavy offense. And that is something, is a nice spinebuster there into the frog splash from the Profits. But as a whole, they have such a unique fighting style that they realistically can and will tear you limb from limb, for lack of better terms. And this is certainly no easy footing for the Street Profits, who are, I would say, very outgunned here in this match. And while Angelo Dawkins does have the beef, he's got his own power game, Montez Ford a lot skinnier, a lot more agile as that double powerbomb connects Ivar into the pin. Not going to get the win off of it, but it certainly sends a statement. The War Raiders are just looking to beat you to a pulp. And obviously Montez, a lot more agile, high-flying offense out the wazoo. And he gets really high with that offense. Now, what we are seeing is two tag teams that are realistically, as Montez does a little shimmy, picks up Ivar on the rope, and then the splash down the leapfrog maneuver from Angelo connects. And this is certainly athleticism out the big man that we typically know and love from Angelo Dawkins. As he runs the ropes, nice snapping of the neck there. In my mind, that these two teams are fairly strong combatants. As the submission hold locked in, Ivar escapes out the back though. And we have to feel that overall these two teams will continue to brawl throughout the entirety of the show. And this certainly is a good power rankings bout. The tag division outside of Gallus has really been unpredictable. There's no clear-cut favourite teams. The War Raiders, their last title hunt was at Conquest. That was several months ago, back in January. And then they came out to a loss against the Dudleys, our inaugural champs. They also lost to the Young Bucks and God that night. And they've since then not really had any opportunities. Similarly with the Street Profits. But the division, it needs shaping. And with the fact that there is now technically a secondary tag belt with the mixed tag, these teams could, in theory, bring in a different tag team to that division. The likes of Valhalla and Eric as a team. Bianca and Montez could also form a team for the Profits. Anything and everything can happen here. And it's why the IPW tag division is one of the biggest and best, as the pop-up power bomb neckbreaker combo. Eric not going to come in as Ivar in trouble manages to kick out. Springboard DDT connecting. Montez is rolling. Ivar, he needs to make a tag, escape the flurry of offense from the Profits, but he's caught in the corner, misses the roundhouse, and Montez catches him with the double axe handle, now a leaping DDT. In comes Angelo Dawkins, who's really been the big man in this match. He's certainly been the best performer. However, he's just been caught with a lariat from Ivar, who catches him with the spinning roundhouse. Finally, Ivar can escape the bout. But Eric comes in, lands that shotgun dropkick, goes for the pin. Angelo not gonna get his partner in, kicks out at 2. And this match rolls on still. Nice spinning Uranagi from Eric. And now deadlifting Angelo up into a blue thunder bomb. He's calling him up. Grabs a hold. Irish whip. Duck down. Leapfrog. Pick up. Dawkins reverses hip toss. Drops down Eric, and now Dawkins. What's he thinking here? Grabs a hold of Eric, whips him in the corner. Montez now legal, heading up top. Spinebuster from Dawkins. A frog splash from Montez Ford. Eric, though wise, rolls out the ring to keep this match alive for his team. Spinning neckbreaker from Montez Ford. Drops the knee on top of it. This match has been back and forth. It's been good offense. Montez whips Eric into the corner. Heads back in the ring. Referee issues a 5 count. Montez comes back out though. Resets a count and Eric back to his feet. And he now begins to work over the arm of Montez Ford. We can't see it from this angle, unfortunately. But it is still effective work. Montez back to his feet. Whips Eric into the barricade. Neither man getting back in the ring just yet. As we get a 7 count. Eric reverses the hold. An 8 count now. Eric back in the ring. So is Montez. We both break the count. Eric, his line gets evaded. Montez hits his. Brings in Angelo Dawkins now. And Dawkins heading up top. Eric in the drop zone. And Montez gets a bit froggy with it. Frog splash. Connects. Angelo Dawkins tags in Montez. Electric chair position for Ivar. Eric. And the neck breaker. Into the pin goes Montez. And then an immediate kick out. Oh my word. Eric no-sells the finish. Escapes the back door. Connects with the lariat. The fortitude of a potential champion here. On full display from Eric. Powers him up. Gets reversed though. Montez out the back. Chops away at that leg. And delivers a very frantic lariat. Eric not in a good position as another tag brings Angelo back into the fray. Spinebuster neckbreaker combo. Dawkins into the pin, but Ivar's in, breaks it up. This matchup certainly picking up in intensity, and I think Dawkins wants to put an end. Just yeeting Eric across the ring, but the hot tag keeps this match interesting. Spinning roundhouse from Ivar. Dawkins crawling to the corner. Bronco Buster connects. Angelo tried to get out of there. Unable to do so. Spinning roundhouse once more. But Dawkins does not stay down. He powers up Ivar. Tosses him into the corner. Snake eyes. Drops the War Raider. Double underhook. Spin out slam. That looked pretty from Dawkins. But Ivar survives it. Powers up Dawkins again. The Profits escape the back door. Ivar whipped. Reverses it. Tries to punish Dawkins in the corner. Dawkins not having any of it. Neither is Ivar. Scoop up. Reversal DDT. Neither man staying down for the other. Both know what's coming. Until that double axe. Dawkins into the pin. But Ivar's out at 1. Opts to run the ropes. Drops the elbow. Dawkins He must have victory in his sights. Once again, the pop-up spinebuster and the frog splash combo. 1, 2. Neither team staying down, but this is looking like a people's elbow. Montez hops over. It's a people's moonsault. Montez connects. Profits trying still to pick up a victory. A nice super kick there. And the crotch chops to follow it up. Montez goes flying over the top. Ivar steps out the way and Montez crashes down to the floor. So much punishment in this match. But a lot of resilience. And Montez is busted open. We're up to a 6. Make it nothing now because both are in the ring. Ivar whipping Montez into the corner. And now the Viking Raiders pop up. Has a hold of him. Springboard lariat German suplex combo. Into the pin goes Eric. But Dawkins is quickly in to break that up. But I think he's wasted it. Because here comes Eric. Pops him up and the kick to the back. Montez in trouble. Somehow the crowd shows the twos. And now get behind this match. This tag team showcase. Full display. Float over slip there from Montez. Puts Eric down on the mat. Irish whip. Think it's time to bring the smoke. Double Irish whip. Hip toss combination. And Eric wisely rolling to the outside yet again. Somehow finds a way to stand up, but he's caught. Popped up into the spine buster. Dawkins not playing around now as he brings Eric back in the ring. Should look for a pin here, I feel. 'Cause Eric must be in trouble. He's taken so much punishment in this match. You can see the sweat dripping off Angelo Dawkins here. Montez, the blood trickling down his face. Down his eye. That is certainly a bad place to be busted open as the Profits now tag in. Montez gets a bit jiggly with it. Ducks. Grabs the legs. Leapfrog. And the body drop onto the back of Eric. The Profits certainly have some good tandem offense. Both teams do, to be fair, but currently nothing is keeping each other down. Ivar now legal again. Popped up and yeeted. A pounce from Angelo. Now he's going to bring in Montez. The two springboard specialists in ring. DDT from Ivar. Bear in mind, my throat's still killing from Crush only a couple of days ago, and this match is certainly living up to pay-per-view hypes. This is certainly the show after a pay-per-view, especially with the opening so far. Neither team giving an edge, and I think Eric wants to edge it towards the War Raiders and end it. Dawkins, well, watching on as we know Montez is busted open. Eric's got a long way to fly. Still connects with the elbow. Montez quickly following up. Pound gets up, delivers that really weird clothesline. Eric in the corner and busts him open. Oh my word. We've got multiple people busted open in this match, but somehow I feel Montez is coming crashing into the mat. Ivar now legal. This is a good showing for the tag team division. I feel nice sit-out spinebuster into the pin. Angelo's in, breaks it up. But I have to feel that the division's gonna get a little more insane. As Ivar, oh my word, goes for the moonsault, misses. Montez trying to capitalize. Irish whip into the Street Profits corner, gets the tag. Irish whip, the pop-up, neck breaker powerbomb. Pinfall attempt, but Eric's in, he breaks it up. We just need one maneuver to finish it, and I think Dawkins is looking, trying to find the avenue. He gets it, double underhook, spinning neck breaker combo. 1, 2, 3. An epic 20-minute recording for this one match. It has been back and forth, obviously, and these replays from the early goings just showcased the powerful offense these two teams have as tandems. The spinebuster frog splash combo, then it's followed up with this electric chair power bomb, that high elevation maneuver that the War Raiders thought they had it, but this shimmy, taunt, duck, pick up, leapfrog, booty drop, just disorientated. That offense from the Profits, they found a way to utilize their tag team tandem offense to surprise the opponent, to, when needed, pick up the victory. Because it was one sit-out spinebuster neckbreaker combo into that spinning neckbreaker from Dawkins to end it. Because Eric could not re-enter the ring due to IPW tag rules, it ends the match in favor of the Profits. And let's be honest, neither team should be ashamed of how the result went. Regardless if you won or lost, this was a great, solid performance. And it certainly sets you up for Tag Team Gold.
Here are your winners, Montez Ford and Angelo Dawkins, the Street Profits.
And there you have it, the Profits announced victorious here. It's time we move into the first of the best of 5 series between AOP and Trick and Javon Evans. It's time for Game 1 of this best of 5 series. The final match of the series will take place at Locked In. But it's time to get bouncy as we welcome the first tag team in. Javon Evans leading the lineup here tonight. Trick did it at Crush Crush Crush.
The following is a tornado tag team match. Introducing first, from Greensboro, North Carolina, weighing in at 170 pounds, Javon Evans.
Obviously, after Crush Crush Crush's kickoff show, where it ended in a count-out draw, IPW management set this best of 5 series up. Each match, a different style. To start it off, we've got Tornado Tag Rules. As we welcome
From Columbia, South Carolina, weighing in at 205 pounds, Trick Williams.
as we welcome into the arena, Trick Williams. This matchup certainly has some hype behind it. We saw an epic start to crush between these two teams. And honestly, I don't think anyone really expected Trick and Javon to hang as well as they did against AOP. Because AOP were dominant in their run. And certainly this matchup, we saw an epic bout moments ago in the tag division. This one, similar sentiment. The division obviously is wide open. All the teams vying towards gold. Trick and Javon, they have potential. Potential for victory. And advancing up the ladder. Win the series, and it certainly may give them a shot. Who knows? But one team certainly do not want that to happen, and it's their opponents. Akam and Razor, Authors of Pain, coming out to shut down.
At a combined weight of 620 pounds, Akam and Razor, Authors of Pain.
Shut down Trick and Javon. Will they be able to do so? They certainly claim close at crush. But they are unable to get the job done. Tonight, there's no excuses, no escape from your opponents. A tornado tag match. Anything goes. Count out. Who cares? This matchup will be messy. And certainly, this episode of Primetime is building into an epic show so far. Trick and Javon, the grit on their teeth, the faces of determination versus a relaxed, composed AOP. We get underway. Javon takes down Razor, opting for the pin here. Oh, gets a 2 count apparently. Our referee Greg Thee showing with his hands. AOP now trying to work as a tag team to isolate a member. Trick, though, he's quickly back to his feet as he's done his job. He's kept his member of AOP down. And now can start to work over the other as Javon's nice springboard frog splash connecting. Into the pin he goes. One. Only gonna get the one on Akam, I believe. Razor gonna be worked over by Trick, who ducks the line, now throws into the corner. We actually do have a count out in this match, which is never good. But who cares? We're not going to get the same result as last time because everyone's going to fight everyone. And speaking of fighting everyone, why not bring in some weapons? As Javon doesn't pick up anything. Razor does. And he brings in a kendo stick. AOP doing some work. Nice neck breaker there. And then the wing shot over the top rope. This is a style that AOP are known for. They dissect an opponent. Obviously, in a tornado tag, it's a little harder. But they simply isolate opponents, work them over, and then eventually a Hydron Collider back in their NXT days ended the match with that simultaneous chinking of the glasses of the opponent's body and then dropping down with the powerbomb to end it. Speaking of chink in the glasses, that baseball bat hitting the skull there of Javon. It's Trick now. Caught on the apron, speared to the ground. AOP control the ring, and they're letting us know with these taunts. Javon rolls in, but he's caught. Dropped with that chop across the neck. Akam now looking to power down Trick as Razor heads up top, and now Akam does as well. Are we going to see tag team flying AOP? Wasn't in tandem, but we are certainly seeing it. Poison Rana from Javon, and he comes down. He connects though. Gut wrench position. Trick was in trouble, but Javon saves him. An epic encounter here. And the ref's getting slapped. Gregathy punished. As Razor headbutting the back of Javon now powers up Trick. And Snake Eyes in the corner. Javon caught now. Akam looking to punish. So is Razor. AOP have Javon where they want him. Gut wrench position. Lifting up onto the shoulders and driven down a Death Valley Driver-esque maneuver. Pinfall attempt here. Trick breaks it up. Razor misses the shot to protect his partner. Belly to belly overhead suplex there by Akam. Razor hooking up Javon and drilling him to the mat with that Dominator. AOP. They're leaving no one in their wake here. This is a great way to start this best of 5. These two teams putting it all on the line. Body slam from Javon. Enters the corner. But he notices he's being watched by Akam. Razor though, back to his feet now. And they're all in the corners. AOP isolating Javon. Javon trying to fight out of it, but he's hooked up. Flips over the top. Turns it into a pin. Oh my word, tries to sneak victory there over Akam. Razor protecting his brother. And delivering a pop-up Uranagi. Akam isolating now Trick, and the kendo sticks in play. AOP are dominant in this match so far. And this is, in my opinion, a great setup to the series. You think of how hockey works in playoff situations. Game 1 is usually the feeler out, where you put a little bit more on, as that's a big time spine buster. And now a choke slam. Javon down, out. 1, 2, 3. AOP score first in the best of 5 series. And this match, early, it was competitive. Javon and Trick did some work, but it's the systematic destruction, isolation that went in favor of AOP. They picked apart Javon Evans and just kept Trick out the ring as long as possible. Then the weapons got brought into the match, and AOP continued to dominate. Trick fell prey to the isolation game. Next, they destroyed him a bit and kept him at bay. And once he was down and out, Javon was just an easy picking. Akam protecting, Razor destroying. This spinebuster, and then the pop-up choke slam ends the night for Trick and Javon here. And AOP go 1-0 up in the series. Next week on Primetime, we see match 2. of the best of 5 series, and it's not going to get any easier. You take a tornado tag match, remove pinfalls, remove submissions, and add in a bunch of tables. To win, you're going through that table. You're putting someone through that table, I should say. As we move now swiftly into our 4th match of the evening. Well, it's time to finally talk about the men's division. With the fact we have a new champ, the pecking order changes.
It's scheduled for one fall, making his way to the ring from St. Louis, Missouri, weighing in at 295 pounds, the Viper, Randy Orton.
And challengers start appearing and climbing out the woodworks. One of which is the Viper, here tonight to lay claims to the men's title challenge at Locked In. And that is certainly an interesting feat to mention. Is Samoa Joe, new champion, winning via the resolution? He certainly got no easy challenges in the near future. You have to feel. The top of the division it's all over the place, let's be honest. And tonight, Randy wants a shot. People want a shot. But one thing's for sure I do know. 2 weeks' time, Ospreay gets his chance at revenge. It'll be Joe versus Ospreay on Breakdown for the title. Alongside that, we'll probably have Chelsea Green defending against Roxanne Perez in a title rematch. And then Gallus versus the Usos on Primetime that week as well. It's a double-header weekend in 2 weeks of big-time matches. Speaking of the big time, it's the Tribal Chief. Roman wants the title. He wants the Island of Relevancy here in IPW.
And his opponent from Pensacola, Florida, weighing in at 265 pounds, Roman Reigns.
The head of the table. Record-setting reign as WWE Undisputed Heavyweight Champion. Coming into IPW, the road has not been easy. Losing at the Dual Dream Finals to former champion Will Ospreay and Mariah May. Failing to win against AJ Styles. Reigns, his path has been difficult. But one thing is for sure. He has not been in the hunt for the Undisputed World Heavyweight Championship in IPW fully yet. This is his shot. His moment to lay claim. Beat the Viper. Move towards Locked In for a shot and potentially the champ. Obviously, IPW management get the final call on the division and who faces who at the pay-per-view. But if you are winning high stakes matches, it certainly sets you apart from the rest. Which is why you start to feel that maybe these challengers, these fighters, superstars, whatever you want to call them, are doing it all maybe for nothing. But maybe, just maybe, they will challenge at Locked In. We'll have to see as we focus our attention back on this match. Reigns has the waistlock applied. Turns it around with a head takedown. Side headlock applied. Randy powers up to a vertical base. Gets his own headlock now on Reigns. Reigns reverses out of it. Grabs a hold of the wrist. And applying pressure here. A little bit more pressure now as he's wrenching back on the arm. And this is certainly the interesting state of the match as Roman just powers down Randy to the mat. Even playing field coming into this. Both fresh. Zero injuries. But let's be honest. Reigns, when he comes in fresh, is a different beast. The Viper, he needs to strike with explosivity. Reigns is not going to stay down for long. And Orton continuing to work over, wear down Reigns. It's the smartest thing to do as they tie up again. Collar and elbow here. Reigns overpowering Randy. And they tie up once more. Randy now gets the better of Roman in the power game. Referee Gregory breaks the hold. And Reigns a cheap shot. And now a shot to the back. Powers up Randy. And Snake Eyes is in the corner. Typically speaking, Reigns' game over the years has shifted from being that all-round power expert in the Shield, developing a submission game, and a bit of high-flying offense here and there. Reigns' arsenal has only gotten better as he's aged. And likewise, so has Randy. One of the youngest superstars to ever win a title in WWE. He's developed a game that is beneficial to him. His styles, as he's aged, as he evades that Superman punch. And he's got Roman hooked up for vintage Orton. Little quick on the call there, but Randy striking. And hooking up for the RKO. Roman in danger. 1, 2. A kick out by Reigns. In the nick of time, and the nick of time is enough to get him back into this fight. Dead lift power bomb from Reigns. And he's calling for it. The fist cocked. But that's not the sort of cocked I thought was coming. I was thinking Superman punch. Instead, he's entering a trade of blows. Randy's shot gets caught. Manages to connect the next. But Reigns has been perfect in his striking. Until now, he's beckoning a shot, but catches Randy's. Randy calling for one. They're both calling for one, and they're both letting them fly now. Who will break? As both men still standing. Roman whipping Randy into the spear. Cut in half. Reigns looking for victory. But the Viper stays alive. Still continuing to fight. Goes for the pin here. One easy kick out for the Tribal Chief, who connects with the Superman punch from out of nowhere. Talk about surprise maneuvers, and it's enough to secure victory for Reigns. This match saw technical prowess to begin it. High-flying offense, and then signature after signature. A Superman punch misses, so we get a bit vintage. And while it wasn't enough, alongside this RKO, it did its job in wearing down the Tribal Chief. However, blow for blow, these two met in the ring, and then a spear turned the favor for the Tribal Chief. Randy tried, but was caught. Superman punch to finish him off.
Here is your winner, Roman Reigns.
A difficult opponent for Reigns, but one that was clearly not on his level. Roman potentially puts him in favor of title competition. We'll have to see as we move swiftly to our co-main event. We move swiftly over to the women's division, where we're gonna get a bit freaky. Our co-main event.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Making her way to the ring from Dallas, Texas, Tatum Paxley.
Features a superstar scheduled for action on Breakdown. Tatum Paxley takes on JC Jane here tonight in a matchup that sets us up towards our main event in some regards, as potential foes are locked in square off here tonight. Tatum, as we know, goth girl, creepy, freaky, likes to play with dolls, and certainly has probably some of the craziest fans ever. But she is a solid wrestler, going up against friend of the undisputed Women's World Champ, part of Fatal Influence. It's time to get a bit toxic. As JC Jane comes here to Primetime alone.
Representing Fatal Influence from Tampa, Florida, JC Jane.
Jane obviously has competed recently in tag team action alongside Jasmine Nex here in IPW. And this is a big time bout for Jane, because of the Fatal Influence trio, I'd say she's the most overlooked. Obviously, Fallon is the champ. Jasmine's been getting chances to compete, and I think Jane wants the same sort of shots. That's why tonight she is going one-on-one against Tatum, who we know is in a six-pack challenge. And six-pack challenges, the field's going to be hard. I can't wait to see how this one shapes up as we're underway here. Big time Inzaguri to kick off the match, and then a senton from Jane. Both women, obviously a part of the NXT brand in real life. Jane, I'd say, recently suffered a loss, actually, to Tatum Paxley at Stand and Deliver in that 4-team elimination tag match, which Tatum and Gigi Dolan won. Here tonight, whoa, that was a freaky pin. Jane almost got victory there, though, as these two tie up. But yeah, Tatum and Gigi won that match. JC and Fallon fall short, as we get a clean break. No. Tatum delivers a punch, a cheap shot, and now hooks up again with Jane. Jane now overpowering Tatum into the corner. Referee Kim breaking it up. And Jane fires a cheap shot in. A semblance of revenge. Runs in, crashes in, delivers a bulldog. It almost looked like she came crashing down on the knee as well. Tatum stunned here. And now we go blow for blow. Shot for shot. Jane asking for a slap. The taste taken out of her mouth, and Tatum happily reciprocates. Neither woman backing down, but Tatum wins the exchange. But Jane not gonna keep that one in Tatum's favor. Neck breaker connects. Jane's calling. Tatum back to her feet. Goes for the forearm, misses. Tatum connecting. Neither woman connecting there. DDT. That did connect for Jane. And now she's looking to follow it up. Tatum's back to her feet. Jane rolls through the ropes into the neck breaker. Connecting with ease, and then the spinning pump kick connect. Into the pin goes JC. 1, 2. So close to a win there. But Jane's not gonna slow down on the pressure. Heads up top with that senton, but falls short. Tatum's up. Not able to connect with that, and Jane's looking to finish it here. Spinning discus forearm. Drops Tatum. Into the pin goes JC. 2. How? How did she kick out? Jane's frustrated. And that is surprising, the result of that. The kick out was unexpected, as Tatum's been punished here in this match. The spinning pump kick, and then the discus forearm. It should have been done and dusted there. And I think Tatum's looking to secure victory. JC reverses whatever it was. Irish whip. Back elbow. She's calling Tatum back up. This should be the beginning of the end. Rolling neck breaker. Connects. And Tatum, you're in a world of hurt now, as the spinning discus forearm connects. JC Jane, victory with... How the hell? Tatum Paxley, take a bow. You might not be applying offense, but your defensive skills and prowess are phenomenal here. Busted open. Jane's in full control. She's getting a bit senton-y. Connect. Pin fall attempt. Poetry is not in motion. Jane rightfully frustrated because she's done it all. And Tatum has just kicked out of everything. Drop kick now. Tatum trying to get rolling. She's back to a vertical base. And she's delivering some slobber knocker shots to Jane. To the apron, Tatum goes. Spring board drop kick to the face, but Jane pops up quickly, but she's caught, hooked in place, and Tatum drops her. Jane, she's trying everything she has in her wheelhouse to put an end to this creepy girl Tatum. And why not? Let's add a powerbomb to the mix. Tatum nips up, but's caught. Snapmare. Big boot misses. Roll through. Tatum punch to the face. Tries to hook up JC. JC reverses. And Jane, Irish whip. Pop up, sit out slam. Spin out slam, I should say. And now the discus pump kick. Dropping Tatum. 1, 2, 3. Finally, JC does enough to secure victory. This match, realistically speaking, was all JC. Dominant from the early goings. But again, you have to commend the resiliency of Tatum Paxley. Every step of the way, she survived. It was a survival game for her, let's be honest. Jane kept piling offense and offense on. 2 discus forearms, 2 spinning pump kicks to end it. But Tatum kicked out of 3 of the 4 of them signature / finishers. In the end, though, JC did enough. She kept the pressure on and finished her opponent off. And with it, surprises some with this victory.
Here is your winner, JC Jane.
Now with this match in our books, it's main event time. Cue the 6-pack challenge as we open up the can of Warpass. Welcome to our main event with a spot at Lockdown on the line. 6 superstars in the men's division competing for this one. And it's time for Fight Night!
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Making his way to the ring from Dublin, Ireland, weighing in at 267 pounds, the Celtic Warrior, Sheamus!
Sheamus's run in IPW has been stagnant really for a few months. He hasn't really had chance to compete in the ring, but tonight he's been thrown into a qualifier as his form of the past warrants it. Speaking of form, we're bringing in some superstars who've probably never had a shot. This 6-pack challenge features a range of challengers, including Ilya Dragunov. Dragunov has kind of been sat on the sideline, similar to Sheamus.
And from Moscow, Russia, weighing in at 187 pounds, Ilya Dragunov!
But the Mad Russian, his knockout power can rival the skills that Sheamus possesses. While looking at the lineup for this 6-pack challenge, arguably Ilya is the underdog of the match. The outside shot of winning. But any shot is a shot. And tonight, he's bringing that confidence. He can do it. So, as he enters the ring here, 4 other superstars will join these two out here. And next up is the prize fighter. Kevin Owens. He wants a shot at the title.
And from Marieville, Quebec, Canada, weighing in at 266 pounds, Kevin Owens.
It's fight night to start off this match with Sheamus. And now it's the prize fight. Owens, eyes set firmly on the television championship. Ready to go to war for it. And I, for one, would love to see Owens victorious in the chamber if he wins this match. Because it's his playhouse. A chamber filled with destructible objects. Yes, please. But let's just stack the field a little bit more. Someone not really competing in the IPW.
Los Angeles, California, weighing in at 241 pounds, LA Knight.
Yeah! LA Knight hasn't had many matches. In fact, a lot of the people in this match, you can tell, haven't had many matches in IPW. But the matches that you do get to see of him typically are solid performances. And we want to give everyone a shot at gold here in IPW. This is where these shots come from. Title eliminators. Because that's what these are. The 6-pack challenge for a shot at Locked In. And why not bring in a bad man to make this shot a little bit harder?
From the Isle of Samoa, weighing in at 425 pounds, Rikishi.
I would say, arguably, this man has had the most matches in this 6-pack challenge in IPW. Rikishi, he brings the flavor. And that's not just his ass. This bad man. A change of feeling around him since the 2K24 days. No longer the party atmosphere he once knew and loved. And more now a angry, determined look on the face of the big man. Still with the jiggle physics. And finally, to round out the field, someone who thinks he's awesome. Joins the match.
From Hollywood, California, weighing in at 221 pounds, The Miz.
The Miz may feel more confident in the mixed tag division with his wife Maurice, but he still thrives for singles gold. Here tonight, he's got to go through 5 other men, that we've already met. But he just has the it factor. And this matchup will be a good test to see if he can still hang in a singles division. So, as we get underway, this bout's gonna be all over the place. We've got Rikishi taking on Ilya, LA Knight versus The Miz, Sheamus and KO, and the first pinfall attempt here is a roll-up. Sheamus trying to sneak victory there, unable to do so. Spin out slam there from LA Knight, dropping Ilya, who's quickly back to his feet though, but immediately hit with a backbreaker from Sheamus. High-risk maneuver there, pinfall attempt here. I believe from The Miz. You don't normally see him flying, but he is utilizing it and now utilizing the ropes. Remember, no DQ in a six-pack challenge. Anything can happen. That is why this is such an interesting match. Remember, it's first pin to a fall. Ilya trying to secure that first pin on The Miz. Sheamus heads to the outside, grabbing a weapon, and it's a sledgehammer. Kishi's trademark weapon brought into the match, and we've got countouts for some flipping reason. Referee stopping Miz from diving. There's a kendo stick's introduced. It's interesting. No DQ, but countouts on. But why? 2K25 has officially broke match rules. Anyway. The six-pack challenge shaping up. LA Knight, torture rack position into a burning hammer. Miz dropped off the back of it. DDT from KO as the camera focused in on it. A referee getting hit with Ilya's body. KO's been doing some work here in this match. Quietly picking people apart as now The Miz catches him with the it kicks. Delivering the knockout shot. Goes for the pin here. Ilya gonna be batted off. 1, 2. Sheamus breaks it up. Was that a brogue kick? Could not tell. It looked like it. I think it might have been the brogue knee. Anyway. Woo! Channeling his mentor, the figure 4 leg lock applied here. KO in trouble. Could he tap out? The hold's broken up. Miz lets go. As LA Knight heads up top. That's a chokeslam. Roll through. Ilya staying alive. The kitchen sink from The Miz. Irish whip now. Ilya in the corner. Pinfall attempted by LA Knight. Samoan drop from Rikishi. Inverted DDT from The Miz. Sheamus, DDT to Rikishi. Ilya has LA Knight up. Electric chair. Suplex. The referee was issuing a countout though, so the pinfall could not be counted. Instead, this is not what a six-pack challenge should be. As a moonsault from Owens connects, he goes for the pin himself. Whoa. Not even going to get the one count as Sheamus breaks the pin up. Keep your eyes now on The Miz as he's got a power bomb delivered. Bro kick connects. Into the pin he goes. KO in trouble. Rikishi breaks it up. So much action in this match so far. Ilya hits a 3-man slap. Nice backdrop suplex and a skull-crushing finale now. Pinfall attempt. The Miz looking to win, but Rikishi in the right place at the right time to break that one up. Now the bad man has his bad weapon. Brought it to the ring, so he's got to use it. Into the pin he goes. KO breaks it up. Who's going to land the big shot next? I got a feeling Rikishi might, but roll-up attempt here from Sheamus. Pin's broken up. Stunner from Owens. Into the pin he goes. 1, 2. A kick out there. White noise from Sheamus. Springboard missing from Owens. Was that a broke? It was. Sheamus looking to win. 1, 2. Rikishi somehow kicking out. Blunt force trauma. BFT. Miz in trouble. Pinfall attempt from Sheamus. The referee could not count it though. I feel Rikishi's going to be looking for a Rikishi driver soon. But he's planted in the ring. Remember, the winner of this match goes locked in that chamber for the television championship. There was a stunner there by Owens. Does not opt to cover Ilya. Instead, he gets punished by Rikishi and rolls the outside. Miz and LA Knight, the only men standing in the ring right now. Rikishi joins them and drops LA Knight. Tries to steal the win over Ilya. Does Rikishi, but in trouble now as a super kick comes colliding in on by Owens, who's low blowed. Inverted DDT on the kendo stick. The head careening into the wood. So much is happening, and we're going to get some tandem offense that busts open Ilya because his head went careening onto that steel chair. And this duo of Sheamus and Rikishi trying to yet again go for tandem offense, but Sheamus, he's had enough. And Rikishi's wise to it. Gets out of the way. It's time for the Dominator Slam. Side Russian leg sweep now. I'm just going to call spots. Neck breaker from LA Knight. Ilya avoids the punch. Irish whip. Another. He's got two men set up. And he's caught now by KO. KO. Caught now by Ilya. Ilya. Chop block on LA Knight. Nice lariat now to Rikishi. You have to think H-bomb may be imminent. Leaping lariat. Power driver may be there for Ilya, but he's backdropped for his effort onto that chair once more. Skull first originally, now back first. He delivers a lariat. Everyone's getting hit by Ilya now. The only man in the ring standing is Sheamus. He's sizing up his opponent. First, he's got KO to drop down. He's turned it into the Celtic Cross, yeeting Owens across the ring. Into the pin he goes. Ooh, not a one, because Ilya breaks it up. Dragunov caught now by Miz. Figure 4, leg lock in play. Rikishi can't break it up just yet. Will this be it? No. Dragunov's still fighting. And the chair shot comes colliding. Pinfall attempt by LA Knight. Rikishi stood over the top though and breaks it up. Oh my, the ref's down. Rikishi, the bad man, busted open as well. It's pandemonium in our main event so far. It's a spot fest, let's be honest. LA Knight may have been looking for BFT, but he's caught by Ilya. Roll up by the Mad Russian, turns it into a sit-out powerbomb. The pinfall attempt here, not successful. And The Miz jumps on top of it. Neck breaker. KO may have been thinking stunner, the boot got caught. There's the running knee. The Miz connects. Now a neck breaker. Catches LA Knight, who now opts for the people's elbow. And then goes for the pin. He misses it. Who cares? The referee can't even count it. Owens backdropped. Drop kick from LA Knight. And the Rikishi driver. Will we see the victory here? One. No, we won't. The pin's broken up. I feel one maneuver will do it here. Anyone can win this match at this state. You just have to stay in it. The broke knee connects. Rikishi capitalizing on it by taking Sheamus out. The Miz now, Irish whipping. KO's the only man down. He's going to continue to punish Rikishi though and break the kendo stick across his body. Rikishi rolls out. In the ring comes LA Knight. Hooks up. Just tosses KO. He can't escape the ring just yet. Figure 4 leg lock locked in again. LA Knight in trouble. Miz applying the pressure. Will not win off of it. DDT from Ilya. Drops Rikishi, who's quick to his feet, let's be honest. Who runs through the Miz. Pinfall attempt from Ilya. It's broken up. Now, we've got 3 men standing in the ring. Make it 2. DDT from Rikishi. On Rikishi, I should say. KO won't get picked up just yet. As he takes a hold and just explodes suplexes Ilya. All 6 men back in the ring. The Miz looking up for that DDT of his. Stunner! KO connecting. Rikishi breaking it up though. Everyone is in agony. So many big moves, and Ilya's looking to add another power bomb to Sheamus. LA Knight though into the ring, breaking it up. BFT connect. Owens, I thought may have stunned there to pick up victory, but The Miz, it's time for that shitty little DDT. Drops Ilya. Sheamus fall away slams. LA Knight. The Miz finally going for that figure 4 again, but LA Knight breaks it up. Who will give an edge? Because that's almost a skull-crushing finale for Sheamus. Not Sheamus, The Miz. Oh, you're chopping away, though. There's Rikishi in trouble. There's so many stunned bodies. A 2 count by the referee. There's that spinning European uppercut combo from Ilya. 1, 2. Oh, so close to sneaking victory. Sheamus broke it up. Sheamus looking to punish. Irish curse. Backbreaker. The referee's out. And that's never a good sign because no one can win yet. Rikishi don't care. He hooks you up. Rikishi driver. The Miz gets a hold of Rikishi. Inverted DDT. Now opts for the pin. LA Knight's watching over. Breaks it up. Gets rolled up here by Ilya. Into that power bomb. Not going to pin off of it. Instead, he's caught by Sheamus. Hip toss. Now pinned. Referee in position. No one in the ring. One. Easy kick out for Sheamus. Arguably the freshest man in this match. Ilya going to be tossed around. Picked up. Gets out the back door. It may have been a Rikishi driver coming for the Mad Russian. Instead, just delivers a Rainmaker. Figure 4 locked in. The Miz looking for victory. Sheamus in trouble. Will he tap? No. Rainmaker forearm smash from Ilya. And he's calling for the end. Around the ropes. It misses the forearm. If he landed that, Sheamus was down. Pinfall attempt here from Owens. Didn't see what he did. It might have been a stunner, but regardless of the fact, the match is still rolling on. And Sledgehammer's back in play. Pinfall attempt on Sheamus. One. It's broken up. Neckbreaker onto Miz. Honestly, this is a great way to learn wrestling moves. Inverted DDT. LA Knight went flying there. Now has Ilya in that torture rack position for the burning hammer sit-out powerbomb from Rikishi. Or fuckbuster, as I like to call it. Hooks up KO, chokeslam, pinfall attempt. The Miz trying to sneak one. Ilya breaks up the pin. And Ilya hooks the Miz up. Powerbomb position, drops him. Does he go for victory here? No, he rolls out the ring. Finally back in. Seizing the moment. Spinning uppercut. He connects onto Sheamus. Pinfall attempt imminent. Ilya unable to secure victory just yet. Owens heading up to the second rope. Came back down. Instead, kick, stunner. Pin's broken up. LA Knight too quick to the fight. Codebreaker on Rikishi. DDT as well. Chop connects. Dragunov in trouble. All that is left is Owens punishing everyone and busting them open. Sheamus though back in. Has his own offense. Ilya missing his. Evades the Miz's though. And Rikishi comes colliding in. Ripcord. Lariat. The Rainmaker from Dragunov. And now working over Sheamus with that combo. Big boot from KO. There's only two men still standing in the ring. Miz gets back up. And so does LA Knight. But Ilya. He's fighting. He's doing his work. Miz trying to sneak victory here on Sheamus. But everyone else is standing around him. Neckbreaker connects. Lariat from KO. Ilya with a Muay Thai knees. Figure 4 leg lock. This might be the only way we see victory here tonight. Will KO tap? Bro kick. And he does. The Miz advances to the television championship chamber. This match was a spot fest. But we kind of expected it to come to a submission. And who else but The Miz has submissions in this match? Had it been that no one was worrying about countout, maybe we would have seen some more action. But yeah, I can't change that. But as a whole, this was a spot fest. And it does set us up for a nice spot fest on Breakdown this week in the Women's Television Championship 6-pack challenge. That match is certainly going to have a lot to live up to, especially for what tonight's show was. An epic proportion of action across the board.
Here is your winner, The Miz.
Thank you very much for joining me. I hope you've enjoyed tonight's episode of Primetime. I will see you on Thursday for Breakdown.
Never break, always fight, never quit, do it right, play the game, win it life, have no shame, there's no time, feel the pain, live the grind, I could change, in my mind, pick a lane, commit and climb, the only way to win it life, I never miss that stack, taking big